We're now in King's College. It's the only royal foundation in Cambridge. It was established by King Henry VI in the 1440s, and over the following 30 or 40 years England went through a major civil war called the Wars of the Roses. It was in this period that King's College Chapel was built. It went through several stages which were interrupted by the war, but the overall effect is magnificent. It shows the vision and confidence of the people who founded the modern state, the Tudors, in England. And at the last minute, the plans for the ceiling or roof of the chapel were changed, and a fan vault was installed, which is the largest of its kind in the world, and truly an incredible experience. At the same time, I would just like to point out the University Church, which is across the road. It's called Great St Mary's, but it's actually a very small church. And it says something about the relationship between the colleges and the university in Cambridge, that the University Church is this really quite pathetic little establishment, and this enormous erection at King's expresses the power and vision of the colleges here. The second aspect of the social structure that I want to emphasize, and this has turned out to me to be by far the most thrilling and supportive aspect of the institutional structure of Cambridge, is that it has no pronounced central hierarchy. I've taught in 12 or 14 universities around the world, 4 continents, and I can tell you that this is the only place that I've ever been in which the president doesn't rule the show. And the reason the president doesn't rule the show is because there are 3 distinct institutional spheres. There are the departments, there are the colleges, and then there are the specialist centres, for like the African Studies Centre or whatever. And what this means is that Cambridge has always been a networked society. It's not, I mean, if you come here, it's no good trying to find a social structure to adapt to, because it isn't there. You have to make your own society here. There are remarkably few buildings in King's College, which historically was not particularly well endowed, despite its royal patronage. The famous King's Parade facade is only that. It's just a piece of display. And the principal building before modern times, the Gibbs building, was erected much later. I should point out also that Keynes was the financial officer for King's during the 1930s. It was not, as I said, particularly well endowed at that time, but he made such a large fortune from betting on stocks in the Great Depression for his college that King's then moved up the charts to become the 3rd richest in Cambridge. There is a particular style of intellectual entrepreneurship that flourishes when the social structure is too decentralized to offer a fixed pattern for adaptation. So, in my view, this remains, but it's a precarious situation, Cambridge's greatest strength. And it's one of the reasons why, I mean, half the biggest ideas since Jesus Christ came out of Cambridge. You know, Charles Babbage, Darwin, Keynes, Rutherford, Maxwell, Newton, give him a plug. So you know, I mean, why? Well, I keep asking myself, why? Why are these people changing the world? DNA, I didn't even mention DNA, Crick Watson.